In this video, we will install openvas on Kali Linux. Openvas is a free and open source vulnerability assessment scanning tool. It's very similar to Nessus, but it's free. So the first thing is really two main steps. The first one is we need to install it on Kali. So we can do an apt, go to command prompt, and I'm running Kali 2019.1 in VirtualBox. So apt, not capital, apt install openvas. So this will go out and grab the openvas files, put them on your computer, and then the next step after this is done, after we've installed it, is we'll run the setup. So there's two main steps, and then the setup will take a really long time to run, and it may have some errors. After that, we'll go into the GUI, which is on port 9392 on your local host. And from there, it's pretty much installed and ready for use. You will need to do some routine maintenance and upkeep of openvas, though. You have to update it periodically, just like you have to update Nessus or any type of vulnerability scanner. You have to update the plugins. Looks like it is getting close to finishing the install. And just to be clear, before you install openvas, it's a good idea to update your Kali Linux distribution, so you can do the apt-get update and then apt-get upgrade to make sure all of your existing packages have been upgraded to the latest versions. So when this is finished, we'll run openvas-setup, which is what will take a really long time because it goes out and downloads all the plugins and all the data it needs to set this up. Openvas-setup. There we go. And you will probably get a bunch of errors during this setup and maybe a couple weird messages that says step 0 done, step 1 done, but then it'll go back and say step 0 done. Just be patient with that. When it's all finished, we will go into the Greenbones Security Assistant, which is the GUI for openvas, and we'll check it. So you'll probably notice you'll see part 0 done, part 1 done, part 0 done, part 1 done. It's not exactly logical, so that's okay. We'll just let it continue and we'll see if it finishes. This is a free and open source software after all. It's not like Nessus, which you pay $2,500 for per consultant license. So you'd expect more for something like Nessus than openvas. These are some of the errors I was talking about. You might see these nice errors that say database locked up here, and you get a few other errors. This one here is pretty awesome. Not null constraint failed, affected products.ce. That's awesome. That's okay. This is pretty common whenever you install openvas. We'll check when it's done. As with anything you install, you want to make sure it's working properly, though, before you start relying on it. So it's still going here, and it's kind of repeating itself. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1. So I guess when it says it's done, it's not really done. But it's making progress, so it hasn't totally like bonked out. And as I mentioned, this is pretty common for openvas. All right, looks like it finally finished. So it automatically created a admin user for the Greenbones Security Assistant, and it created a password for us, and it automatically launched Firefox in the background to port 9392 on the local host on HTTPS. And we can scroll up here to kind of get an idea of what it started, but when it finished with the updates, you can see right here it started a bunch of services, and we keep scrolling up. The one that is the GUI is the Greenbones Security Assistant Service, and that is what's running on port 9392, as you see right there. So that's how we will use openvas to run our scans. So I'm going to go over here and we'll log on with this password right here. So I'm going to copy this. So it's admin is the user and that password, and you should change it to something different. We'll go ahead and accept the warning here. It is a self-signed certificate, so that's fine. Add exception there, confirm. It's going to be admin, And then here I'm going to log on with that password that I just copied. Go ahead and save that, doesn't really matter. This is a test. And when this comes up, here's the dashboard. So we've logged on, we've successfully installed openvas, and the Greenbone Security Assistant is the GUI to manage openvas. Later on, we'll do a video on how to update openvas. It's a different process. But for now, we've installed it and set it up. To change the user password, you can go to here to Administration and Users and change your password for the one that's set up for you. Click on for admin, the little gear icon here, and then you can do a new password right here if you want to. Or you can create a new user.